Hey guys, how you doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So we're going to have a look at the oil market through the lens of our indicators that we use to trade over here at Trading with Dan. So the two main indicators we use are the DMT indicator and the Dominator indicator. So the main one we do use for commodities is a Dominator, but you can see how we have this 15-minute DMT where what happens is when we have this bar line here, we break through, we then get a sell trade. So you can see that got us a great sell trade all the way down, and we're still not getting to a level where it's telling us to potentially take a buy trade. But what we actually use more often though is the 25-minute and then this indicator here at the bottom. So this is called the Dominator. So I'm going to just show you how we trade this, basically going backwards here. So I'm just going to start this arbitrary point, here, right? So we get a sell trade here. So this is where we get a sell trade. And as you can see, the market comes down from that point. The whole time we're staying in the sell. So we finally, the 25-minute turns to a buy here. And as you can see, it doesn't necessarily get the perfect top at the bottom, but you can then see the market then does go up. We then get our next sell trade here, which doesn't actually work out, but by the time it flips to a buy trade, we are actually on side in a profit on that trade. So we get a buy trade up here, and then we get a sell trade just here, which is where we sell before this big dump down. So you can see the trades up to this move when oil wasn't being quite as volatile as it is now. This was still volatile for oil, but just nothing like what it has been recently in just the one direction. So we did get the sell trade here, and that basically got you this massive drop down here, which was a ridiculously large move. Then we got the dead cat bounce from that move. As you can see, we got down to 27, the dead cat bounce up to 36. So we actually got the buy trade just here on the Dominator. So it says buy just there. So again, not necessarily the perfect entry, but nonetheless we did go up, and then we got the sell trade just here, which this was quite a good entry. We came down, and then we got a buy trade here where we then came up, and then we got a sell trade again here where we basically then came all the way down. We actually got a buy trade just here, which didn't really do too much. Then we just got a sell again basically here, and then that's where we are at the moment, just with the sell down there. So obviously when you take these trades, you don't just sit on it, watch it go into profit and then watch it come back and then not take your profit. You do work the position. We can often enter the position in multiple points because we do know it's not necessarily going to get as a perfect entry. You can get in at say like a $1 spread, like a third at the actual entry, a third $50 lower, then another third $1 lower, and then you can take profits on the way up as the price is moving and whenever you see fit. So you don't just hold these from buy to sell. But that is what I wanted to show you really, is that the Dominator indicator that we use for DMT, that we use for trading here, along with DMT, but DMT is more used for cryptocurrency because they are more volatile than this. As you can see, we just stay in the one trade for quite a while here. So yeah, you can see how the Dominator indicator has helped us get some really good trades in this oil move. So if you were just using just this one indicator on the bottom, doing what it told you, buy, sell, buy and sell at the appropriate times, and then trading your taking profits, trading your take profit levels to take profit at appropriate points, you would have made a lot of money basically during March using this indicator. The DMT one, I'll just quickly show you on the dollar index because it works quite good on the dollar index. So you can see on the dollar index we got a buy signal here. Market basically went all the way up. We then had the sell signal here. Market basically went all the way down. And then when we got the buy signal here, the market then went all the way up. So you can see that's how this is the market, because this is less volatile, you can see, whilst it is going up and down, but it's not going like this, if you know what I mean. So that does work better for the DMT indicator. So yeah, just showing you some oil and dollar index trades based on our indicators, and I hope you guys found that useful. The dollar index here over 100 now, nearly 101, which is a big move, which is a massive downward pressure on basically the rest of the world that need dollar funding, that need dollars to make purchases to finance their dollar denominated debt, etc. So just on a side note, this is causing a lot of global weakness at the moment. This is what the Fed is trying to get back down. They're trying to get the dollar down, but every country is trying to get their currency down. So some are doing it obviously better than the Fed because the dollar is relatively stronger than the rest. So but anyway, so there we go, guys. So there is the DMT indicator for the oil and the Dominator for the oil. So yeah, so you can see how you can just use that, just do what the signal says, and make some very good profits. And it will keep you out of a trade. So even if you're in a trade that's going wrong against you, if it's a Dominator trade going wrong against you, it will give you a get out of the trade, so you won't just be holding it not knowing when to get out. It gives you a definite exit, so you know, right, I've got to get out of this trade and go the other way now. But anyway, so it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Be very careful in these markets, guys, because there is a lot going on at the moment. These big movements you see in oil, these are still only the ripples on the surface of what is going on underneath the surface of these markets, in the plumbing of these markets. There are some big issues, so be careful, guys. Right, I'll speak to you guys soon.